So guys, we're gonna be talking about last word today, man. Is it meta? Or is it part of the meta? You know, situational, man. That's all I'm gonna say. So notice the situation in front. I want us to analyze the situation. Look at the score. It's a beautiful score. I just got spawned into this game, man. I actually just want to mess around with this palindrome, also mess around with this SlenderSlay. Now, these guys are all rushing me all over the board, and this would be an okay match, man. I've got no problem being 8, man. God, I love being an 8, but there's an issue with being an 8 these days. It's called limited amount of special ammunition, and when you inevitably die, well, you lose that shit, and then next thing you know it, I've got nothing but a pally. So this is a scenario that I'm painting for you when last word is fucking needed, okay? But hey, you don't want to open up that can of whoop ass just yet. You're like, nah, I don't need to do this to these people yet. But then this motherfucker gives you the no finger. Man, no, bitch, you got it coming out right now. By the way, guys, this game is not a happy ending game, man. This is not forever after, forever, whatever. What the hell is Disney's motto? Forever after? Forever after? Really? Forever after? What is it? Hold on, let's think about this. Forever after? That's not fucking right. God damn it. All the years of Pocahontas and fucking Sleeping Beauty. I can't. Forever after all? Forever after all? Happily ever after. Just have to fucking tell me that. Happily ever after. When the hell did I get forever after all? Okay, this is not one of those games, though. This is not a Disney story. This is us getting ass fucked, because this is what happens when you get into a 3v6 situation and you're up against a team of 6. But last word is a good lubricant. You know, that's the thing about last word. I really enjoy using this gun. And in situations like this map, and you got everybody rushing you and shit, last word is able to be utilized. But back to the question, man, is last word actually meta? Not really, and it's not because last word isn't good. I don't think people realize how good last word still is. Every now and then, it's rare that I see someone using last word, but in many situations, especially a map like this, X is blue, you know, any map that you can pretty much get close to enemy, and you also got a bunch of just structures around that you can just come around a corner and light somebody up, last word will dominate, man. It can win those ones 9 times out of 10 as long as you've got a steady hand. Now, the issue is, and the reason why you don't see last word as much, is because the weapon that people always use with last word was a sniper. And not many people in 6s, or even before the most recent patch, but definitely not now, not many people are rocking snipers. A lot of people just rock out, you know, a primary and rock out a sidearm. And so that's kind of been the issue why people have steered away from last word, because they don't want to be just subjected to only close quarter combat. You know, they want something, and that's understandable. You want something that kind of, you know, fill the ranges. I like rocking something like a Jade Rabbit with a sidearm, because sidearms will dominate close quarter combat. Jade Rabbit in the far ranges. You don't want to just go out there with a last word sidearm, because you now have a weapon, 2 weapons on you that only can fight it out in the close range. But with that being said, I will say in maps that allows you to get up close to enemies and get on top of them, you will dominate, man. And that's the thing about last word. I even used it this past week in Bannerfall for trials a number of times, because what would happen in trials, and that's so weird, because you would want to have a, you know, you can't really rock a sniper unless it's icebreaker. You can't attach those two. But I would actually put on last word when people would hang out in buildings. When they would hang out in buildings and stay inside buildings, I would literally rush in and fuck them up with last word. And that was very effective, because it would take them off guard, because they saw me loading in with like a pulse or a palindrome, so they weren't expecting me to rush in with a last word. But last word was really good at pulling out campers, man. It was really good at flushing them out, because it's got that time to kill, guys. It's got that time to kill of 0.53 seconds if you can triple tap somebody. Now, what is the main thing working against it is, of course, range. The other side of things that I feel like is really working against last word is many sidearms can go head to head against last word, which is unfortunate, but that's the thing, man. Many sidearms can go head to head with a last word, and not only can it go head to head, but it can also reach out to ranges that sometimes I feel like it passes up last word. Guys, I'm gonna be frank with you. I don't necessarily think there's a lot of skill involved with sidearms. I feel like sidearms have a lot of range. They're really fast rate of fire. You can also roll out high caliber rounds on them, but still be consistent in each one of your shots. I've been gunned down from wormwoods from ranges that I just know should not have fucking hit me. They just should not have hit me, but they can do that stuff. And I'm talking about 15 meters to 20 meters. These sidearms are able to do that. And so Last Word's got a lot to go up against in those close quarter combats, and that's what you would be subjecting yourself to. And it's better than the alternative. I guess I'm better than going against a Matador constantly, but at the same token, man, you know, that's the reality of things. Many people, as soon as they see you closing in on them, especially with something like a Last Word, immediately they're not going to try to fight you out with their IS-Lone or the Pally, man. They're just going to whip out their sidearm that can gun you down in 0.7 seconds, and that's where they're going to roll with. And unless you're triple tapping every single time, you might lose out on that fight. So that's something that's the issues that I was running into more or less. Now guys, don't mistake anything that I'm saying right now. You know, I'm just laying out scenarios and some of the things I was running up against, but don't mistake anything that I'm saying as me saying Last Word can't compete. Guys, this is a very formidable weapon now. I mean, it already was, but it definitely is now. It's got its consistency back, dude, and it can knock people's head loose, man. And if you get that, like I said, you get that rate of fire down and you get that reticle down, you will be just triple tapping everybody to hell and back so damn fast they can't even think. And so, again, the cons that I'm laying out is simply cons of map design and the situations you get put in to where Last Word would just not be a viable choice. You know, I got on Crossroads earlier today, was trying to mess around with it, and I felt like in the situations where I could get up close to people, you know, running through portals and getting on top of people, yes, Last Word was perfectly. But the issue is when we got into the open ranges, which most of the people would do if they see you running around with the Last Word, Lunas was just tearing me up. There's nothing I could really do about it, you know, because damage fall off is pretty severe, guys, and that's something that is a major reality with Last Word. And so really picking your fights has become probably the biggest priority with Last Words. You know, picking your fights, knowing when to engage, and pulling the fuck out when you know you need to pull out, because that's a problem with all of us. I love to play rushy, but here now, man, I highly suggest, especially if you're gonna rock it in sixes, to just pull out if you can't get the jump on somebody. Now with that being said, guys, try the weapon out for yourself. You're gonna love Last Word. I love this gun, man. Been using it for years now. Have been in love with it. It was my first exotic I ever got, and so really suggest you try the sucker out, mess around with it, man, especially if you're a new Last Word user. As always, fellas, thank you so much for coming and watching this video. I'll catch y'all later.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.